All right. Today we are going to be talking about the token search. Are there any designers or people interested in design in the room? All right. There are a few. All right. So today we are going to be imagining, ideating. This is a non-technical talk, so turn on your design senses and let's get started. Before we start, let me introduce myself. I'm Simon. I'm a principal designer at 0x and Matcha. Matcha is a text aggregator built by 0x, and we are enabling users to swap across 9 million tokens, set limit orders, and perform cross-chain swaps. All right, tokens got really complex, and so does the search. So let's start with talking about token search evolution. All right, 2017, the rise of the ICOs. There were many interesting projects coming out, and the trust of the tokens was mostly built around the founders, their white papers, and the things that they delivered. And the search was not really in a bad shape in 2017. In 2021, that's where we've seen layer 2s. They came here to solve some of the Ethereum's issues like high fees, low speed, and scalability. And we started seeing some bridged coins. For example, USDC. So what happened when you typed USDC into the search? Well, you started seeing two USDCs that are visually very similar. So how did we fix that as designers? We added the chain icon. That was quite easy. But then Circle started issuing their USDCs, and they started looking similar again. So how do you fix that? Some apps started to rename their names, their tickers, and overwrite the original names and tickers of these tokens. And they started sorting them, and this can work for some tokens, but it's not really scalable, as there are more than 6,000 tokens being issued every day. So how did we fix this in Matcha? Is that we introduced the custom issued by Circle badge, and we started pointing on the right USDC. All right, 2025. I call this era and 100x profit hunting a flood of meme coins. So last year, we started seeing new tools being built like Pump.fun, Clunker, or Flaunch that gave basically a tool for all of us to launch a token pretty easily. And with that, we started seeing scams. But this time, like, the scams were here before, but this time is different. As influencers, YouTubers, and politically exposed people started to participate in these scams, people that we should trust. The token discovery. So there are two types of the token discovery. The one is active, and the other one is passive. The active one is, those are the users that are really active in the space. They are active in the Telegram groups. They know all the contract addresses. On the other side, there are people that are discovering tokens passively. They can hear friends talking about it, or they explore it on the social media. And today we'll be focusing on the passive discovery. So user at some point is asking these two questions. Is the token trying to impersonate another token, or could I get rocked if I buy this token? Let's start by answering the first question. So Ethereum is permissionless, so anyone can create a token with a similar name, the logo, or the ticker. So it can be pretty chaotic out there. Let's say I create this new puppy token on Base. This is it. But there are some scammers that created the same puppy token, and suddenly the search is kind of chaotic out there. And so how can we find that which one is my puppy token? Well, we have the contract addresses, of course. But just look at this. It doesn't say anything when it's standing alone, and it's super long. We are not even showing the full length of the contract addresses. So Imagine your contacts app in your iPhone. So there are no phone numbers out there. There are just the names of the people that we saved. Now, let me give you an example. Let's say I know 20 Aarons, and I save them as Aaron. And the secondary information I see is their phone number. So how do I determine which Aaron do I want to call to? It will be pretty hard, right? And even though I find the right token, I find the contract address with the passive discovery, it still doesn't mean the token is safe. So now let's go to the second question. So there are many token risks out there. For example, there is no liquidity, meaning you cannot buy or sell the token. The token might be a honeypot. You can buy it, but you can never sell it. The source code is not verified, so there might be some malicious code hidden in the source code. There might be unlimited amount of tokens being minted. And there are many others that we know now, and there will be many others that we don't know. So what are the token trust signals? Is it the market cap? Not really. The market cap can be easily manipulated. So does the volume. The wash trading can often pump the high volume. Is the circulating supply? Well, creators can unlock new tokens from the total supply, and circulating supply is not really a trust signal without knowing the total supply. But even though we know the total supply, there might be still new tokens being issued. Is it the price? Price often goes really high before a rug pull. So does the change. It changes all the time. So what are the token trust signals for you? Well, for this, we need to learn from the best. We like to call this phase, we designers like to call this phase an inspiration phase. So how does Google do it? Like, how come I can always find what I'm looking for? Well, they're using lots of various things, like tracking your history location, tracking your actual location, many other data like backlinks, AI machine learning, and deep contextual understanding, and there are many other things that are hidden under the hood. So what do we have in Web3? Well, we have the liquidity. So we know we can buy or sell the token. We have the number of holders. So we know there's not a large number of tokens in hands of few wallets. We have the verified code. So we know there is something not sketchy going on. There are other things like if the token is listed on the price tracker or the centralized exchange. So if you bring back the Google result ranking attributes, are there any alternatives that we can use in our privacy-focused industry to improve the ranking? Of course there are. And there are tools that we can use today, like Go+, Squigintel, Block8, or Token Sniffer that can help us do that. Now, let me spend some time talking about the token badges, starting with the warning badge. Warning badge is great. It can warn you for some things that are hidden that you don't see, but the warning badge is not really transparent. It doesn't tell you if those issues are serious or not. And there's the community recognized badge, which is also good, but user is often asking, like, who are people behind this community? Is the community closed or is it opened? Or are there scammers in this community? And there's the custom badge, like issued by Circle that we use in Matcha. But custom badges can get quickly out of hand, so we should be really careful using them because the search can get really busy. And then there's the verified badge. Verified badge is really dangerous. We don't know what verification means. Does it mean that the source code is verified? Does it mean that it's a good investment? I'm going to make money on this? What does it really mean? There are a number of products using verified badges, and yeah, it can go quickly. It can get quickly out of the hand. Like this example, when I'm searching for a Pepe token, and there are two Pepe tokens that look really similar. They have similar name, similar ticker, and similar photo. And there are other examples like on the Polygon scan, like when there is a verified badge and it says reputation neutral. Some information on this token has been verified by Polygon scan. Click for more info. Some information? What do you mean some information? You're putting a verified badge there. You should verify all of it. If it's not possible, don't put a verified badge there. So how to design a perfect search? Let's start with typing Bitcoin into the search. I love this example, and I really test all the searches out there with this example. But you know what? There are some designers over here, or at least you're interested in design. So let's do this together. I'm going to start first, OK? And then I want you to follow. So I would like to put there, let's say, the logo and the chain icon. So what else are we missing here? A ticker, name, what else? Address, contract address, yes, price, yeah, price, liquidity, number of holders, verified source code, liquidity pools, and some badges. And I've heard the banner? Well, I'm not so sure about this. It feels kind of busy to me, and the Z-shaped reading pattern is kind of broken here, and I feel lots of these things can happen under the hood. So let's start again. Let's start with designing the default state for the search. So before the user starts typing. So we need some sort of input field so users can enter what they are searching for. Then let's add the chain selector so they can easily filter across the chains. Then let's add what's the most popular in the app so they know what others are trading. Then let's follow with their tokens, so because it's very high chance that they are going to start trading the tokens they already own. Then the recently searched, and the curated trending section. And now let's type Bitcoin again. So this is what we see. On most of the DEXs, wallets, and products out there, we see a Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, 10 Inu as the first result. Because the ticker of this token is Bitcoin. And there are a bunch of other Bitcoins that are very sketchy, or I wouldn't trust this. So how can we fix this? Firstly, let's remove all tokens that have zero liquidity, because you cannot trade them, you cannot buy them, you cannot sell them. Now, let's remove all the honeypots and those that don't have the verified source code. Now let's consider if they are listed on some price trackers or centralized exchanges, or what's the number of holders of this token. And finally, let's sort them by liquidity. So we've got from seeing some Harry Potters into seeing relevant coins, like wrapped Bitcoins. But we should not stop there as designers. We should know the user's intent. Like, for example, when the user hovers above the token, we can show a quick preview. So, OK, what do we see here? So there is the logo, the chain, there is the name, symbol, the ticker, and there is the contract address. And we have some other elements there. So what are these? So this is the liquidity. And there's also a security audit, which is highlighting the number of issues that this token have. There are some other information that are secondary as well. So have you ever wondered what happens when you type chess into Netflix? Well, as a first result, there will be the Queen's Gambit. Despite there is no chess in the name of the series, but the search knows that the series is about the bat, which became a chess master. So how can we apply this in our Web3 apps? Let's say I'm searching for a Farcaster token, but there is no popular Farcaster token or the token that was issued by Farcaster, but the search should know that there are other tokens that are really relevant to Farcaster, like Degen, Hire, Moxie. There are others. There will be others. Or we should consider the social signals, like what my friends recently sold or bought. This will be indeed a really good signal for me to know that this might be the token I'm looking for. And there are other on-chain activity that we should be tapping into, like my friends, friends of my friends, the wallets that I'm frequently sending on or receiving transactions from, NFTs I hold, or the projects and communities I follow. And this is my favorite. I would love search to understand prompting. So what are we typing here? Give me a list of tokens with 100 plus holders, with 200K plus liquidity, with 0 security issues, launched no longer than 4 hours ago. And I can suddenly see relevant tokens that might be interesting for me. And I will not spend a lot of time going through the detail of the token, so this can really speed up my workflow. So what are the takeaways? The search should be simple, but powerful. The user needs to have protection without additional friction. So we as builders need to force for better discovery and safety mechanisms. And finally, we need to find a way how to verify the security of the tokens much faster, because there might be millions being stolen from users in just the matter of few hours. And this is not throwing a really good light to our industry. We will start rolling some of these features in upcoming weeks in Matcha, but let's build this together for our users across all our apps. Thank you.